pouring into people who have enthusiasm and talents, and then just coming alongside of them until it's clear they're ready to keep going, and they don't need you anymore.
Hire for attitude and not necessarily skill set. Skills can be learned. Attitude seems to be DNA.
It's really important as you're handing over the reins. You got to have confidence that these are the right people, that they are filling that gap.
And if not, you've got to make changes quickly.
Thanks again, Reed, for sticking with us here as we go through this segment. We're going to talk about handing over the reins. As you examine yourself through the growth of the company, we've each had some experiences and trying to recognize, we're in a different place in life. The company's in a different place. How do we, keep the values we have, whether it's the company culture or just our personal values?
I look back at my career and I go, well, I haven't really been successful in some ways in terms of my bank account may not reflect it, but in terms of personal growth, I wouldn't have traded it for anything, because of going through the highs, the lows, the pain, really having to, how many jobs you go to that forces you to have this self-introspection to the point of knowing exactly who you need to be inside of an organization to maximize its value. Most people just go to work. They don't really think about that. But if you're an entrepreneur, you have to think about that. And as a result, you got to put people around you that fill in those gaps, that can be part of the ultimate team that makes it all work. Every entrepreneur has certain skills, and knowing what those skills are and who you are as a person doesn't mean that you can't be effective in an organization and have to wear the CEO hat. It's not necessarily, you don't have to be that guy, really, as long as you've got someone that you could be partners with in that can do that. And I think you're kind of in that process as well.
Absolutely. That's one thing that really helped us in this transition we're making, is we got those core values first. And once we got that, and that's really helped the company congeal, I believe Caleb's a much better CEO than I ever was, and is still growing in his skills. I'm more confident. It's real easy for me, and it's hard for me to be quiet in the room, but I have such confidence in him. Sometimes I'm kind of like, he thinks I'm zoning out. It's like, no, I'm just sitting back and watching,
enjoying that.
I'm still involved with the company, and I've taken on a different role, and actually that role is more appropriate for me because I'm excited about it's where my excitement and passion is, and with that optimism, I'm out there, driving new product and serving the clients, which I love serving, those entrepreneurs, the small to medium businesses, and so I'm really enjoying that, and I recognize my role. I'm enjoying this role so much that I don't have to be in charge of other stuff. I still know about payroll,
Right.
but Caleb's very conscious. Caleb's very conscious of making sure all that stuff happens, and that's been great. There is that balance between saying this person is teachable, and I think that's the number one thing. We say attitude, teachability, enthusiasm, yes, but teachability, because you have the enthusiasm but no teachability, you've got a prima donna, right? Or whatever else waiting to happen. You got teachability but no enthusiasm. You're going to be teaching them a lot for a long time, and you're just not going to get the results, right? So you get the enthusiasm and the teachability. I think that's really great, and that's what I saw in Caleb when he came in. In fact, he told me, I think he was 23 when he came in. He said, one of his goals in life is to help run a business someday that helps solve business problems with technology. I was like, maybe you're the one, because I knew that my son wasn't going to take over this business, right? And we just started talking, and he was very patient, teachable, enthusiastic, and it was about 8 years of going out to lunch almost every week, talking about whatever's going on in the business, talking about what his next steps in growth were. And, and again, now he doesn't need my help other than every once in a while the sounding board. And it's just been great. But again, finding that right person, enthusiasm and teachability, I think, are key, whether it's handing over the entire reins or just bringing them along so that there's one less problem you're going to have next week.
Yeah,
or next month.
Yeah, early on, handing over the reins is really learning, as someone who started it yourself, is how to delegate responsibility out. And so handing over the reins in some ways is like, okay, I'm going to give away marketing, or I'm going to give these things away because it's not my core skill set. In other words, these are the things I'm really good at that I'm going to hold on to, but I've got to be able to give those other things away down to the day that you transition out of the business completely and hand over the reins in some ultimate way. But knowing yourself, I think that was, for me, I was fooling myself for many years thinking that I could be this person that needed to be that guy but it just wasn't part of me. And it took me a while to get to that point. And if you're going to bring in someone in that, it's like getting married. And so you've got to, that is a huge deal. If you're going to bring in a partner or something, you almost have to treat it like a very long-term relationship, or it's going to be trouble. Just like in a marriage, you're going to have differences, and you've got to be able to trust each other. You got to believe that your values at the core are together on those values that are so important. Then you can always resolve issues if you're together at the core. That, because you're going to have disagreements about things, but if you know each other's heart, you know that you really want to do the right thing for the people and right thing for the business, all the little details can get worked out as long as that trust is there. And I found that to be hard to find.
Right. Well, Reed, I really appreciate you coming. I think the thing that I found encouraging and I learned from you, is entrepreneurship isn't necessarily about how big can I turn my company? Can I turn to the next Facebook or whatever, whatever your favorite success story, entrepreneurial success story is, as far as growth, the hyper growth. I think it's important that, again, we're investing in people, right? And if you end up with stocks and bonds, a little bit of money in the bank later, that's fine. But investing in people is way more important to me. Again, thanks for coming. Thanks for being my friend.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
In addition to my mentor.
Oh, I love you, man.
Love you too.